Welcome to day 3 of Euroshop, and I think it was a short day yesterday. You got to see a little bit about the chillers, but also a lot more. We did some site visits of the other supermarkets. We'll show you that. But today I think we're going to do more shop fittings. Pamy is going to be taking you around to see a lot of the shop fittings, what's new, what's interesting, what's exciting. So as you can see, it's massive. Total of 17 halls. Of course, not all 17 halls are being used, but still a massive show. So if you are thinking of dropping by, you want to see what's up next, so stay tuned.
Saw some mesh systems here that is eco-friendly, that can customize design. Then yeah, this is a Krista decor. It's basically chain links that you can see over here. Each link is like a little small pixel. And as I'm walking around, you can see the workmanship is really beautiful. And because it's all individual pixel, right, they can actually customize any graphic and design that we can have into a picture, but actually made into like a curtain chain. But what truly stands out is actually the colors, the materials that they have is really very nice. Unlike some I think we saw in Asia here, I think the way, especially the trimmings at the base. Yeah, so walking around more, seeing more exhibits. This hall is just crazy, a lot of stuff.
Tim and finally met up with Tim. Yeah, at the hall 10, shop fitting hall. A lot of people.
And yeah, this is one of the previous partners that we actually worked with before when she brought their stuff in. It's called Flex Mirror. Basically, it is a very seamless and high reflective surface film. And when put behind a LED screen, yeah, it can give a kaleidoscope effect. And the colors from the screen is even further enhanced with the film itself. So beautiful stuff. We're moving towards 3M Dino. These are actually stickers, very seamless stickers that you can stick on any surface. And even you can see the mirror base is also stickers. And this is actually their holographic film called Dichroic series. Yeah. So this truck really is quite cute. Yeah. And one of the products I really like is this thing called the Winds textile. Basically, they're using textile waste, and make it into panels. So very eco-friendly. And yeah, as you can see, really very big. And even like big sculptures, like ceiling designs like this really caught a lot of people's attention. And it's just simple fabric with LED lights at the back that's ever-changing colors. Truly very mesmerizing. And therefore, I think everyone's looking at the ceiling and instead of actually the products actually at the bottom. Yeah, so very, very nice sculptures on the top. What I also like is this one is actually a racking company, but they actually make the whole store into like a concept store. And I like the fact that they actually don't fully just pack it with racks, but actually made it into a nice concept store.
Yeah, look at it.
Hello everyone. All right, it's day number 3 at the Mofi booth.
Woohoo! Day number
Right?
3.
We all survived.
Yeah.
Last few days we had a lot of good
Yeah.
energy and good vibes.
Fun
So
stuff.
yeah, how was the event so far? And what's the the most common thing that people are asking you about from the stand?
So far the traffic is picking up. So we started on Sunday. I think it's a weekend, so the traffic is slowly picking up. But today we have tons of people coming in. Most of them are really interested in Pano. Yeah, they're asking a lot about Pano, about the assembly and everything. So yeah, we are on a roll today. So we're hoping to have it until the end. Yeah.
A lot of people did mention that they see that Pano has a lot of potential and how they can use it in many different ways. And it's from our last story. You can see how flexible it was, flat pack, easy to put things together. You can see that we can use it right now to sit down, to talk, it's
Okay,
very
so
easy.
how did this panel came about? I mean, tell us a little bit story of the history of the creation of panel.
I mean, the old philosophy of Pano.
Philosophy, so deep,
Alright, so Pano is actually what we want to bring to the customer is actually we create like a platform for them. We know that there's many designers out there, right? So they have their own creations. They want to create some things based on their touch. So, but if we go fully bespoke or fully customization, so it takes a lot of times, a lot of efforts. So the things that we bring is that one platform for them. So we create one modular things like this panel, a panel sheet that they can create design based on their config. I mean, like they can configure however they want. Yeah.
And I think I've been walking around the halls and I'm so tired, right? So I'm very glad to be at Backyard Stand because I get to sit on this like amazing pano chair. And I think the pano chair is also quite cool, right? The color combination, you can do different colors and whatnot.
Yeah, that's the
Yep.
beauty of it.
Yeah.
Because you are not stick with one colors, you are not stick to one things. You know,
Yeah.
you can, keep your touch on those products.
Very
Yeah.
philosophical, huh? Really very deep.
Yeah, very deep. Engineer.
Engineer.
Yes. And also another point of view is that some people say, oh, it's a very straightforward design. Exactly, that is what we wanted because we want people to customize it, not just the configuration, but even the texture, the finish. That's the reason we have a competition before. A nationwide competition where everybody's painting on it, doing things with it because we want people to express themselves just with one platform.
Okay, since I'm like in my favorite purple, I should ask for customized
should do
purple one.
it. Yes.
For my new office, I'm gonna call you guys for a new
doable.
custom.
It's
doable,
Yes.
right? And I think-
Not just purple, the purple black
Nice.
lines. Yes.
Yeah, and I think it's so easy. I think we can add in like caster wheels later down there. You can like
Yes.
roll it around. And I
Yep.
think for Chinese New Year, if I add a board on top, I can play mahjong. And when I play mahjong, and most important, put the drinks underneath. But I think panel will be a very good fit for this show because I've been walking around also, and I don't see anyone having all this very flexible stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of very typical
Yeah.
supermarket things,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this, and I think even Tubo to me, it's also quite a standout for this show. I see a lot of it. It's like either shelving people or lighting people, but they both not together, not integrated. So I think Mofi definitely has a lot to offer, and I'm so excited to be part of the team. And we've been on this journey for almost a year.
Yeah.
We're gonna celebrate 1 year anniversary together, but it's been a really fun and good year, right?
Yes.
Walking around the various halls, you can see that right now self-checkouts are also integrated into rackings, and the racking designs in Europe right now, they are really very, very refined. They try to do a lot of combinations of displays as space is very limited. And yeah, I love this dry ager. I know we don't really have this a lot in Asia because dry aging is not that popular. But yeah, you can, we walk around, the hall size is just massive, and yeah, the exhibits that really stand out are really very, very huge. They really take up like 10,000 square feet and above. And some even convert the exhibits, integrating it into like a cafeteria. So I thought originally this was a cafe in between, but it's actually an exhibit that they were showcasing the various displays such as wine racks, and they have like the cafeteria kind of F&B displays all integrated into the space. They have nice seating lounges so that they can have discussions with suppliers, designers, architects. So very, very impressive in terms of the setup. So Euroshop, it is one of the largest retail exhibits around the world. And you can see even like right now, as Europe is moving towards less customization, all this grab and go, which is a very, very popular thing, all are already made into racks that you can actually customize in between, but it's actually already built in already. So more grab and go are very, very popular. And especially I think with things like chillers, sandwiches, salads and all those, which is their staple food. Imagine us like trying to grab and go nasi lemak bungkus kind of concept. Yeah, so even right now, all the chill items, if you buy from supermarkets, you can sort of put them in the chiller. And again, wine displays are right now, they actually do like feature highlights, and you can see the workmanship on the LED panels integrated into the rackings, and racking concepts made into a store format. So very beautiful in terms of the design and colors, and the displays available. Really very, very captivating to all of us as designers, and giving us so much design inspiration. So yeah, let's do a conclusion on day 3, Tim. So to me, I think day 3 was really exciting. It's very relevant to what we do, and one of the key reasons why I was walking around the hall more than him, because I think materials and design, it is very much a very big part of what we actually do. But specifically this time around, I think third time in Euroshop, I've also learned much better to in terms of what kind of material to source for, that we can actually bring it back to Asia. So you can see a lot of things that I was walking around the booth were more things like mesh related, sticker related, that they can easily ship out of Europe without having like shipping the whole big bulky item, which then back to Asia, I think clients are very concerned in terms of cost, right? So things like the mesh, the stickers, the chain links, though, and I think the dichroic film from 3M is all available worldwide. And I did ask them about like logistic, how they ship it. They say, oh, basically we just give them the drawing, they can pack it up and then easily ship it over to us. So that makes, I think, application wise for us to do it back in Asia much easier. Not to say we can't get these products from like China, but seeing some of the product quality, right? The difference is in the quality and the pricing, actually, because of the easy shipping, right? It is not so complicated to like ship it out.
So I think we for the chain link, I think we also saw it being deployed here already in Malaysia. But I think the main difference, as we pointed out that day, was the quality.
I think the ones that we saw here, it looked like the hair didn't cut properly.
Correct. I think it's they
aging,
still have issues on the manufacturing side, where the quality, the finishing, it also didn't look as good as his. And we'll show you in a future video where this actual chain link was deployed in a mall. That's upcoming in another video, so stay tuned for that.
And it was really beautiful.
I think it was very well done. In fact, so I think that's what you're really paying for
in Europe.
When it comes to taking European suppliers over local or even sometimes China suppliers, it's the finishing, the strength of the manufacturing, the quality used. Not saying that I think products manufactured in this part of the world is not quality, but there's a definite difference that we could see.
Oh, and also but back to here in Asia, right? The textile waste product, that was really, to me, was very interesting, because it didn't come from Europe. That came from Taiwan. So right now, as I'm talking to them, they also have it locally here. Not here per se, but they have a representative office in Singapore, and they did mention to me that hey, we can.
So
and not Malaysia, but they did tell me that hey, if you can look to working here, bringing in Malaysia, we can actually find malls or like retailers who are keen to have all these textile waste. They actually have the technology to recycle these waste and make it into a board.
Because if you don't know, actually I met this company in the last Euroshop, which was about 3 years ago, and they were actually, that time the technology was still very fundamental. They were basically doing compressing old clothing, recycled clothing, into hangers. They could also do it into the boards, as what Pamy was talking about, or what you saw in the video just now. But what they did very well was, I think it's come a long way now. The boards can be stackable, and they can be very custom, unique designs.
We will do feature more of that later.
So we definitely want to feature more of those products later, and hopefully we'll see them in some of our projects. And I think what's really interesting about this is that if you don't know, Taiwan has a very strong recycling base in terms of they are recycling a lot of their waste. They are recycling a lot of not only their old clothing, but even tiles. I think they found a way to recycle tiles and to remake them into reusable tiles again. So that's probably, if that's something you'd like to see, comment, and we will actually do that in a future video. So I think overall day 3, Pamy, did you like it?
So much walking.
I think you also saw a lot of lot of cooking equipment as well.
But we didn't really feature that much.
We didn't really feature that much.
Equipments are, I think, in terms of equipments bringing in from Europe, of course, price is expensive, but also I think the issue is power in terms of energy consumption and the voltage and all those. But of course, if you talk about, I think one of the
we usually go and check it out, all the more worldwide renowned brands. Those, then you bring it in, it makes more sense. So like brands like Rational, we're doing like cooking demo, combi ovens are
Mainly
something.
combi ovens. I think
one
it's
of
a
our
lot
favorites, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot
Right.
of combi ovens.
And because I think combi oven in Europe, it's like relatively low cost in price, right? We see that everywhere in convenience stores.
Yeah, I
like,
think it's comparable to them replacing 1 or 2 staff. You know, it's virtually everywhere we saw
So-
it. So that was really, I think that's a good wrap for day 3. Stay tuned to our review show.
an extension.
Correct. And then the extensions. We're
Extension on all the
Yeah.
other post
Correct.
Euroshop shopping malls.
Yeah,
okay?
that we saw.
That we saw, yeah.
I think that stay tuned for that, and very much. We'll have our review show next, and that's where Pamy and I will be talking about things that we liked, things we didn't like, and hopefully give an overview of the end result of the show. What did we think about it, and is it something that's worth your time to check out?
Yeah.
So
And also,
that's-
of course,
yeah.
if you like our video, like and subscribe, as my daughter always say.
Yeah.
All
So-
these YouTube kids video. Because this year, I think me and Tim are also doing a little bit more traveling around Asia, and we will do more features about what's actually going on, not only from Europe side, but also within Asia region.
Definitely.
I think next stop, Tim, we have Taiwan. on our
Taiwan's
list.
next.
Taiwan's on our list
So
next.
yeah,
so
we'll be looking to bring you some of the malls, exciting retail that's there, the interesting retails that
And
we
of course,
find.
Malaysia. Because Visit
Yeah.
Malaysia year 2026, we will try to also do some videos about Malaysia, shopping malls in Malaysia, and of course, events that we cover here locally here in Malaysia. So yeah, stay tuned for more.
See you soon.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.